It's an absolute blessing to be here on this sunshiny day. We want to talk today about communication. And the most important thing about communication is it's a two-way street. What we want to understand is that being a two-way street, there is a call answer, a call connection. And when there's a connection, the connection is a real thing. So this is why people speak so often about being validated or connected. They don't feel validated. They don't feel heard. They don't feel connected. And the reason is the listeners forget that it's a two-way street. That communication without connection is just talking into the wind. So how do we reach the connection? How do we know that we've connected? And how do we enhance that and make it work for us? Well, the easiest thing to do is to look at a situational conversation. Everyone has lots of conversations, and let's pick one situational conversation where it starts as a lack of communication and then ends up becoming a communication. And we're going to take complaints as a starting point. There's probably nobody out here who has not had the opportunity to listen to great and vast amounts of complaining. And so we know already from the great truths that whatever you focus on expands, gets bigger. Whatever you focus on gets bigger. So we already know we are not the focuser. We know who we are. Once you know who you are, you'll know what to do. So as you go into this conversation with a complaining person in the present, because you know who you are, you'll know what to do. You're a person who constantly focuses on the good. So at first it appears counterintuitive that universe would take someone like yourself who focuses on the good and brings a great, vast, and endless complaint to it, as if contradicting the mirror that you are. If you are good, feel good, reflect good, you would receive good back. So at first it's a momentarily off-putting. So that's where the segue comes in. And the segue is drenched in the knowledge of who you are. And so basically you're stating to yourself, I am full of good. I am not influenced by that which is out there, which is sounds awful, or I've heard it before, or is terribly boring. Who you are is, I live an exciting life. I keep my vibrations high. I know when someone is trying or wanting to drain me. And what are they draining you of? They're draining you of your time. They're draining you of your energy. And they're draining you of your common sense. So it's common sense to move out of the situation because it's not who you are. Embracing complaining or embracing boredom or embracing these things are not who you are. You don't embrace the negative. You focus on the positive. So again, that's where a segue comes in. And it's a three-part segue. The first part is to just get in the physical. Get out of the mental into the physical. Everyone has a body brain that totally knows what to do as you do. So as soon as you jump into the physical, start a three-part process that starts with the physical. It's automatic. Everything else, your body brain takes over, everything else is automatic, and the healing is done, and you can go your way. So you start in the physical. The first thing you do is you wave your hand like this across somebody's aura, their face, in front of your face. Wave your hand in front of them. Cut the connection. And yeah, while you're doing it, you say, let's see if I can remember. Goodness gracious. Let me stop you there. So the first part is to wave your hand in front of their face. Wave your hand in front of the, it could be a whole room. Could be a room of people all thinking. And you just say, let me stop you there. And then tell your truth, which is, I would love to sit down and talk to you about that, but I don't have time. You know, say it in a better way. A better would be, hey, sometime when we have time, we'll talk about that. That's a great segue. When we have time, we'll talk about it. When we have some time, we'll talk about that. You don't even have to claim you're busy. It's understood that you're busy because you are busy. What are you doing? What are you busy doing? You're busy focusing on good. If he's not focusing on good, you can move over a little bit and continue your focus on good and leave the complaining behind. Now there's a third step. So the first step is you got this. You could do it left-handed. You can do it right-handed. You could do it both-handed. You could do it both-handed and hold your hands up. Wait, you got this. That's the third part. Ooh, I jumped the gun. The first part is, let me stop you right there. Sometime when we have time, we'll talk about that. And then the third part is just looking square in the eye. By now, because you moved into the physical, you have their attention. If you have their attention, that healing, that goodness that you are is going to just convey itself, connect itself straight through the ether of the air into them, and you follow that eye contact, that soul blessing with the truth that will define him in a way to himself, that he will have that the blessing of the healing, the blessing of the transformation. And that truth is, you got this. You got this. Many, many, many people have used this. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool, and they all report back. They say, I used that. It was amazing. I looked at them and I did the 3 steps. I said, let me stop you there. I'd love to talk to you about this when we have time. In the meantime, you've got this. And they look at me and they go, yeah, you're right, I do. Because you've tuned them into their body brain is on a positive wave, receiving the body blessing from you, the vibrational blessing from you, because you've focused. Whatever you focused on, you focused on. Let me stop you right now. We're in the present moment. We're just you and me releasing truth. When we have time, we'll talk about your complaints. In the meantime, you've got this. You got this. And then turn and go and do your good, because you are busy. You have lots to do. You have things to accomplish. You have moods to set. You have fulfilling activities to do. You don't have time for dullness. You've chosen that in your life. You've chosen that by focusing on your good. by getting the excitement out of your good, by getting the excitement out of your being, by getting the excitement out of your moment, out of your day, out of your time, out of this creation of you, out of this this being part of the great creation as well as the great allowing. You've chosen to balance yourself into life's great stream of expansion, the expansion of good. So in this way, we can stay connected. And we'll talk more about that, staying connected. Now you know how to deal with those who want to, muddle the great spiritual air. And you can heal them on the way. You can bless them on the way. A blessing is taking someone's good and enhancing it. So we bless them on their way. We take their good. We show them we remind them who they are by our own example of being someone who constantly is excited about good. So let's get excited about good. Good is surrounding us. Good is all around us. Good hovers around us. Good is active in my life. It's active in your life. It expands because we make it. We make our thoughts drenched in good. Your dreams are coming. Our dreams are coming. We're a landing field for our dreams. If you like this video, be sure and say you like it. And send it to somebody else. And take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And stay in the pleasant tense.